depleted roster pa si
Yes.
TNT. So,
Daming injuries.
Yes.
So basically, kapag ka San Miguel, isang game na lang. Pagka
Yes.
TNT, 3 straight games. Kasi
Yes.
win,
So
win,
if
win.
San
Yes.
Miguel wins tomorrow, then that's
Oo.
it. Champions na sila.
Correct.
Okay.
Pero
Why not?
dahil...
Napagod ako dun.
Parang ano ba? Napaisip ka ba doon?
Parang,
Pinag-mask ka ba?
parang nag-jogging ako in my head for quarters. Ganun, parang,
Ayan na. Okay na?
Okay na.
Ayan, may thumbs up na. Thank you so much. Great show. As always, even on a rainy weather, stay safe, stay dry. Ladies of the big story, Cesrilon, Sean Yao, and Pauline Versosa. On our show, we've got another homecoming in the NBA as Chris Paul reunites with the Los Angeles Clippers. Nostalgia.
Oh, I've seen this film before.
Lob City is back, maybe, but plus Damian Lillard, Dame time in his first press conference, an emotional one too, since rejoining the Portland Trailblazers.
And we look ahead to Game 5
Yes.
of the PBA Philippine Cup Finals between the San Miguel Beermen and the TNT Tropang 5G.
I'm Andre Felix,
And I'm Cheska Calao.
and here's tonight's play-by-play on a rainy day.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy League. Mr. Moves puts it on. Unbelievable. Gemma on the left side. Oh, the pass! Stuck in another one. Bakunas rejecting Esteban for the
Well, the point guard is heading back to Los Angeles, check, after 8 years playing for other teams, actually completing a rainbow of sorts, different colors of jerseys. Chris Paul is returning to the Clippers. CP3 has reportedly agreed to a one-year, $3.6 million deal with the Clips. He previously played for the team from 2011 to 2017 during their Lob City era. This was when the Clippers were known for their fast-paced offense, when Paul leading the way alongside high-flying bigs like Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, Showtime, Jamal Crawford, sharpshooters, J.J. Redick. Remember that team? CP3 will team up with fellow vets such as James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Brook Lopez, and Bradley Beal. Paul is entering his 21st year in the NBA. He earlier hinted at retirement after one more season, though he hasn't announced his official decision just yet. CP3 spent last season with the San Antonio Spurs, mentoring Victor Wembanyama, De'Aaron Fox, averaging almost 9 points and close to 8 assists through 82 games.
Chris Paul has quite the history with the LA Clippers. He was first acquired by the team in 2011 through a trade with the then New Orleans Hornets. CP3 immediately made an impact, rejuvenating the Clipper franchise. He averaged close to 19 points, 10 assists, over 4 rebounds, and 2 steals in 409 games played. CP3 was an All-Star and All-NBA team member for all but 1 year with LA, but he was part of the All-Defensive First Team for all 6 years. Paul led the league in assists twice in 2014 and 2015, and in steals 3 times from 2012 to 2014. Unfortunately, Paul didn't have much playoff success in Hollywood as his team never got past the second round. Paul's first stint with the Clippers came to a close in 2017 when he was traded to the Houston Rockets.
Meantime, Jonas Valanciunas clears the air regarding his status with the Denver Nuggets amid rumors that he will take his talents to Europe. In an interview with Basket News, the Lithuanian center says he's fully committed to honoring his contract with Denver, and he will do what he can to compete for an NBA title. Valanciunas did say, though, that the prospect of playing closer to home was exciting for him, but that will have to wait. The 33-year-old big man was linked to the Greek team Panathinaikos shortly after reports of his trade to the Mile High City. The Nuggets acquired Valanciunas from the Sacramento Kings in exchange for Dario Saric. Valanciunas has 2 years left in his NBA deal, worth more than $20 million US. But for their part, the Nuggets were not worried about Valanciunas honoring his deal. Executive Vice President for Basketball Operations, Ben Tenzer, earlier said there's been nothing but healthy conversations with Valanciunas about the matter. With this, the Nuggets expect Valanciunas to be with the team once training camp begins.
Japanese floor general Yuki Kawamura stole the spotlight during the recently concluded Las Vegas Summer League. The 5'8" playmaker appeared in 5 games with the Chicago Bulls, and he made a strong impression in the preseason showcase with averages of 10.2 points, 2.4 rebounds, 6.6 assists, and 2.2 steals. Kawamura's solid production was enough for Chi-Town to grant him a 2-way contract. Last season, the Japanese guard appeared in 22 matches for the Memphis Grizzlies, posting modest numbers in just 4 minutes per game. Here's Kawamura reflecting on his impressive Summer League stint.
I played NBA last year. I feel like it's a little bit different. We can use like 10 personal foul, everybody be physical. How do you feel? In the first experience, like Summer League and the NBA level. I don't speak English very well, but like everybody like has helped me a lot when I came here, when I came like Chicago, and especially like defensively. Like I'm not tall, but like everybody helped me a lot. That's why I'm here. I just wanna meet the expectation from my fans, my coaches, my teammates. This is my mission, and also like, yeah, I couldn't have done it without them.
As for this year's 4th overall pick, Knippel, he caps off his excellent Summer League run with a championship and Finals MVP trophy in his hands. The 19-year-old swingman helped the Charlotte Hornets beat the Sacramento Kings 83-78 for the crown in Las Vegas. He posted a team-high 21 points to go along with 5 rebounds and 2 assists. Knippel did not have a particularly good shooting night, just hitting 8 for 21 from the field, but he came through though when it mattered most. With the Kings in pursuit, Charlotte's prize rookie nailed a clutch 3 and a free throw to preserve their victory. In a post-game media scrum, Knippel explained how the Summer League has prepared him for the upcoming NBA season.
Coach Gent really instilled the ideas of competitiveness, competing all the time, and then being together. And so that's what we did, and every game we played together, and it had a good outcome for us. You know, it's a lot of guys that are going to be on the roster, and we're always, you always compete to win. So I think building winning habits, even if it is Summer League, is very beneficial. Yeah, I mean, first game was rough, didn't play well, but I think, it's the NBA now. Like, you have so many games. Right, next game, forget about what happened last game. Like, even tonight, I didn't play very well. I didn't shoot it great at all, really. I had some bad turnovers, bad defensive plays. Just next play. I'm really excited to be a part of the team. I just got here. I can't wait to get to training camp and a little mini camps here in August. It'll be a lot of fun. Get with the real guys, and I just can't wait.
The Summer League champs weren't all about Knippel. The Hornets got past the Kings and claimed the championship with their defense at the forefront. Anchoring this impressive defensive stand were Buzz City's young guns. Charlotte's second-round selection, Ryan Kalkbrenner, showed out as he tallied 15 points, 9 rebounds, a steal, and a block. Sophomore KJ Simpson had 11 markers, 7 boards, 5 dimes, and 1 rejection. This is not just the Hornets' first Summer League title, but their first championship of any kind in franchise history. Here's Hornets Summer League coach Chris Gent summing up his squad's performance and what it could mean for the future of the franchise, especially with Knippel taking the lead.
Coaching is always enjoyable, but there's different levels of that enjoyment. And certainly this group brought a lot of joy to everybody every day with their hard work, perseverance, togetherness, like all the things that encompass a team. I think they just played together. They competed their tails off. We were way undersized for the game, but we kept scrapping, making the right plays, and a little bit of attention to detail at the end where they really executed and did a nice job. Yeah, he's kind of an old soul. He's got a lot of maturity to him, very steady player, and he breeds humble confidence, and it's contagious to the team.
We've got more NBA stories after the break as Damian Lillard faces the media.
Thank you for joining us here on Play by Play only on One News. It looks right and it feels right. After 2 years, Damian Lillard is officially back with the Portland Trail Blazers. Lillard was reintroduced by the team, and of course, he was holding his jersey with the iconic number 0. The 9-time All-Star said it was an easy decision to move back to what he calls home after getting waived by the Milwaukee Bucks a few weeks back. And now he's excited to return to the court and play for the home crowd he knew in the first 11 years of his NBA career. But that won't happen until the 2026 season, though, as Lillard still rehabs from a torn Achilles he suffered during last season's playoffs. Before that injury, Lillard was still balling, though, putting up close to 25 points and 5 rebounds, along with dishing out 7 assists and a steal in 58 games played for Milwaukee. Over the weekend, Dame signed a 3-year, $42 million deal with the Blazers. The contract includes a no-trade clause and a player option after 2 years. Here's Dame talking about his return.
Just to even be possible, we all had to be on the same page about it. But like they both said, it never felt right not being home. And you know, through it all, I found my way back, and just fortunate to be back with the group that I was with prior to leaving, to be a part of a great situation at home. And I'm just excited, you know, and really, really thankful and appreciative of the door being open for me to come back, even with me being hurt. And, you know, it means a lot to me to not only play for this organization again. I never wanted to not be playing for this organization, but to be back in this community, you know, that I'm most familiar with, the familiar faces, all of the things that I've been connected to, even during the time that I wasn't playing here the last 2 years. So it all just feels right. I didn't say nothing to them about it until Saturday when I actually signed, and they were with me. And we got back in the car to go home. And I got to a red light, and I just turned around, and my daughter was looking at me, and I told her, and she was like, "Wait, so like we don't have to get on the airplane to Milwaukee no more?" I was like, "Yeah, like y'all don't gotta get on the plane no more." And she was like, "So you're gonna be at your house in Portland the whole time?" I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "What?" Like she was. And then her brothers was kind of listening to that back and forth, and they, you know, they were all extremely excited. So I saved it for when I knew it was official.
Safe to say, Dame isn't the only one happy with his return to Portland. During the introductory press conference, Blazers general manager Joe Cronin spoke about what it means for Lillard to be back in Rip City. Head coach Chauncey Billups also revealed his vision for the renewed partnership, saying he hopes to see it result in Scoot Henderson and Shaedon Sharpe's growth as key young players. Billups was Lillard's coach from 2021 to 2023. This was before the Trailblazers traded Dame to the Milwaukee Bucks. And while Dame is expected to sit out the upcoming NBA season, Billups already sees the 9-time All-Star making his mark once more once he can finally play. Here's Cronin and Billups talking about Dame's return to Portland.
This is, you know, awesome news for the Trailblazers organization, for the city of Portland, for the Pacific Northwest. It's a happy day. I had a former Trailblazer text me right after the news broke. He said, "Everything's right in the NBA again." And I just smiled and nodded, and it was like, yeah, I mean, it is. It never felt right seeing Damian in a different jersey, and, you know, we're really excited, of course, to bring him back to Portland and put him in that red and black. Once we learned Dame was leaving the Bucks, you know, it all happened pretty smooth and organically. Chauncey and I sat down with him a few times and had some really good conversations. You know, a lot of, you know, talking about goals and, you know, what the Trailblazers are trying to accomplish, what he's trying to accomplish, and seeing if those, you know, goals aligned. And I think we knew very early on that those goals were very similar, and the key thing there was just work out a deal and let's get this done, and it was really that smooth.
This is a happy day for all of us. Really, really excited to have Dame back. You know, it's been a process. I think if we're all being honest, we obviously never wanted to see him go, and even when he did, we all wanted to see him back. So it worked out perfect. Unfortunately, he's hurt right now, and he'll be back as good as ever, you know, if you know anything about him. So we're really excited about that. I told him that this year he's going to be the highest paid assistant coach in league history because I'm going to be putting him to work every day, you know. Obviously, I'm more excited right now just to have Dame back. And like he said, just pouring into our young guys. You know, I want to see Scoop and Shaden take a step this year. You know, of course, you know, I coach these guys very hard, but it's always different when you're getting that mentorship and that tutelage from a guy that wears a jersey. And to have Dame and to have Drew and have these guys pouring into him, I'm really, really excited about that. And then when we get to that point, we get there, you know, but I'm really excited about what we've been able to do this summer and what our team looks like right now. And when Dame is able to come back, we'll be super ready for him. But I'm really not even thinking about a year from now. You know, I'm thinking about this year.
Meanwhile, here at home, newly minted PBA Philippine Cup best player Mar Fajardo has his sights set on winning yet another championship with the San Miguel Beermen. The ever-humble Abay said that while he's thankful, he doesn't want the individual honor to get to his head. Kraken also spoke about how crucial Game 5 of the finals tomorrow is as the San Miguel Beermen try to close things out against the TNT Tropang 5G. Fajardo claimed his record extending 12th Best Player of Conference award prior to Game 4 on Sunday. Even while nursing an injury in the semis, Fajardo still towered over the competition, gathering 1,085 points.
Thankful ako kaya syempre blessing pa rin yan eh. So, yeah, pero di ko iniisip yun. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, kinipit ko lang yan dito sa puso. Yung puso ko parang kapan lang yan eh, lahat ng mga memories nandun na. Pero sa isip ko, never umakit sa isip ko yung mga awards. So, hindi muna kami pangunahan yung kasi marami pang pwede mangyayari. So, basta kami, gagawin namin yung best namin, magpa-practice kami the way nag-practice kami before nag-start yung finals. Ganun, sana makuha namin sa Wednesday, pero yun nga, alam naman natin kung gaano kagaling yung Tokyo. Siyempre mag-bounce back, try nila ipanalo yung game. Pero kami, try nila naman i-close yung game. So, crucial sa amin yung game na yun. So yun, pero wala pa kami panalo eh. Malayo pa yun. Kailangan pa namin ipanalo manalo ng isang game.
Jericho Cruz was undoubtedly the hero of Game 4 for the San Miguel Beermen, bringing them to within a win away from the PBA Philippine Cup title. But if you ask him, he just wants to give his, quote, 110% whenever he steps on the floor. While he acknowledges that he's not the most skilled nor talented player, he says he does have grit in his blood. Cruz led all scorers with 23 points off the bench, including 5 for 7 from deep, while also adding 3 rebounds and a steal. He gave the team the energy it needed most, if not all starters were not on the floor. Moving forward, that's what he plans to keep doing.
Pagpasok namin, paglaro namin, talagang put that in your head na every game parang it's your last game. Kaya ako, specifically sinasabihan ako ni Boss Al na laro mo lang yung laro mo. Hayaan mo na yung mga taong nagsasabi na ganito, ganyan ka. Kasi ganyan ka maglaro eh. Let it be. Laro mo yung laro mo. Yun lang yung sinabi sa akin. One step up lang ang ginagawa ko eh. Kung pangit yung nilaro or hindi masyadong maganda nilaro ng first group, dito kami ni Don to step up sa second group. So yun lang yung ginagawa namin. Binibigyan din namin ng motivation kasi pag maganda laro namin, pagpasok nila, mas lalong gaganda laro nila eh. So yun. Pero gusto ko rin mag-thank you kay Coach dahil sa tiwala niya binibigay sa akin. Hanggang ngayon, meron pa rin. Diba, Coach?
Of course.
Tagal na kayo magkasama ni Coach.
Pagka wala na yun, wala ka na rin dito.
San Miguel head coach Leo Ostre expects the Beermen to go all out in their possible championship clincher against the TNT Tropang 5G. After losing a close fight in Game 1, the Bearmen have won 3 straight games now in the finals to move on to the verge of reclaiming the PBA's crown jewel. But Austria knows that his squad can improve in other departments as they close in for a PBA Best 11th All-Filipino Championship. More than that, the Bearmen can also break the hearts of the Tropa 5G for eyeing for a Grand Slam finish in Season 49. Game 5 of the PBA Philippine Cup Finals is all set tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. at the Big Dome, the Smart Araneta Coliseum.
I think the biggest impact is our first game. It fuels our grit. And then you can see naman from the player na talagang on their eyes, makikita mo yung fire. They want to win. And we have a bad start at the first quarter, but the bench step up a lot, and then they provided a lot of energy that very infectious to their teammate. Yun ang sinasabi ko sa kanila before, the killer instinct. When it comes to end game, so you should not give up. And then that's what happened. And then we keep on reacting on what they are trying to do against us. I think yan yung yun ang nakikita na marami na sabi nila, kompleto kami team. There's a lot of improvement for our team. That's the thinking of the management and the coaching staff. We have to keep on improving. So we cannot settle for this performance, but we have to excel in some department because that's how we compete. You keep on learning every day.
Coming up here on the show, KQ, Kevin Quiambao reporting for national team duty as a former UAAP MVP rejoins Gilas Pilipinas fresh off his training in the United States. That story and a lot more coming your way when play-by-play
Welcome back. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. Players and staff of the PLDT high-speed hitters had to be rescued last night after being stranded for hours at their training facility in Quezon City. Heavy rains brought by the southwest monsoon caused severe flooding along G. Araneta Avenue, where the SGS gym is located. Thankfully, a coordinated effort between the Raha rescue team, Philippine Coast Guard, and the Philippine Army helped evacuate the team by around 9 p.m. Players like Mika Reyes, Majoy Baron, and the rest of the squad were safely transported out via rescue boats. No injuries were reported and everyone is safe. The high-speed hitters are scheduled to fly to Cebu for the next PVL on tour leg, where they'll face Next Led on July 26 and Galleries Tower on July 27.
Highlights from the NBA Summer League tonight in the highlight reel. Roll it. Let's start right away with the Sacramento Kings are running here. Take a look at this shot. Daquan Plowden. No follow-up slam there. That was Plowden. Mason Jones for the three. That was his attempt. Then Plowden just coming out of nowhere. Take a look at that play again. Jones, three. No, and look at that long rebound. Napaganda pa. Getting the back of the ring. And then Plowden just came soaring in. By the way, he had 8 points in this one, 3 boards, and a block in this game. Okay, next play. Let's go to the Hornets side. This time, KJ Simpson brings it down. Alley-oop. Big pass there. And the lob to Kalkbrenner. That was Ryan Kalkbrenner. Big game for the big man in Charlotte. Yes, we've been talking about Concanipo. Why not? But this kid right there played a big game in this championship match in the Summer League. Nice connection. By the way, Simpson had 11.7 rebounds, 5 assists. Kalkbrenner, as Cheska mentioned earlier, had a big game, 15 points, 9 boards, a steal, and a block. He was just filling out the stat sheet. Hopefully, he gets a lot of playing time in the regular season. Okay, down to our last game, last play. 36 seconds left. Concanipo for three. Bang, bang, bang. Now a 4-point lead, 78-74. But on the other end, Jones says, wait, okay. Kick out. Jones free for three. Bang, bang, bang. Now down one. 20 seconds remaining. What an answer there. That was a thriller. Everybody in Vegas standing up. It was a thriller of a championship match. Sacramento and Charlotte, you know, answering three-pointers, Knuppel, and then Jones on the other end. That was just something to watch. But in the end, though, the Hornets eventually hold on, take their first Summer League title, 83-78. And of course, Concanipo was named the Summer League MVP, put up a team high 21 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists for the former Dookie. Check.
Before we go, look who's back training with Gilas Pilipinas. After spending a month training in the United States to pursue his NBA dream, Kevin Quiambao has rejoined Gilas Pilipinas practice ahead of the 2025 FIBA Asia Cup in Saudi Arabia. The former UAAP MVP sharpened his game in Sacramento, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Las Vegas. This was capped off by a private scrimmage attended by NBA scouts and team executives. Joining Quiambao in Gilas practice were Justin Brownlee, Dwight Ramos, Carl Tamayo, AJ Edu, Scotty Thompson, Japeth Aguilar, Troy Rosario, RJ Abarientos, Chris Newsome, and Jamie Malonzo. June Mar Fajardo and CJ Perez and Calvin Oftana are expected to join soon once the PBA Philippine Cup finals conclude.
And that's all from us tonight. Catch us again tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of the day's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News. That's Signal TV, Channel 8 on SD, and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Liton Calao. Stay safe, stay dry. Thank you for watching. Good night.